All right, guys, welcome. What I'd like you to do is I would like you to get out that compound inequality part 1. You can open it up on Cami if you would like, or you can print it out and copy along as we go along. All right, so we're going to be working with some inequalities. So when we see it like this right here, let me underline it right here. When we see an inequality like this is actually going to be two different inequalities. We're going to rewrite this as, where you at? There you go. We're going to rewrite this as -5 is less than or equal to 3 minus, whoop, undo that, 3 minus 2x. And it's also going to be 3 minus 2x is less than 11. So we have to split it. So instead of having one big inequality, we're going to split it and make two smaller inequalities. All right, so now we just have to isolate for the x. I see there's a minus 2x. I'm going to add 2x to both sides so I don't have to deal with the multiplying by -1. If I multiply by -1 or if I divide by -1, what happens is the inequality sign will flip. So if I just add 2x to both sides, I'm not going to have to deal with that. So I could literally do one step at a time for each of these. So I have 11 plus 2x is bigger than 3. Now over here, the opposite of -5 is what? All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to add 5 to both sides. So we're left with 2x is less than or equal to 5 plus 3 is 8. And then what is the opposite of times 2? All right, we're going to divide by 2 on both sides. And we get x is less than or equal to 4. Now this one right here, we're going to see, we're going to minus 11 on both sides. And we're going to get -8. And we're going to have 2x right here. If we divide by 2 on both sides, we'll get x is greater than -4. All right, well, all we need to do is since this is a compound inequality, we're going to have at least 2 points, or at least one, but in this case we have 2 points. We have a -4, so I'm going to put a circle right here, and it's going to be open, and I know I'm going to go this way. Now, I'm going to write -4. Now over here, I know I'm going to be less than 4, so I'm going to fill it in, and I'm going to draw it this way. And since these are together, this is one big, there's no or, it's going to be and. So the answer, the solution to this inequality is, hey, x is going to be bigger than -4, but it's going to be less than or equal to 4. You just take what you just made and you rewrite it as a compound inequality as this. All right, so another way we can write compound inequalities is with the word and. So the word and is just like this. Hey, it has to be less than, and it has to be greater than this, and so it's like and. It has to include both inequalities. If it's stuff that includes only one, it doesn't work. It's kind of like a Venn diagram where you're like, okay, here's Venn diagram 1, or here's circle 1, here's circle 2, and they want what's in the middle, like right here. Please excuse my horrible drawing right there. So let's solve this one. We have 2r plus 8 is less than 16 minus 2r. Minus 2r. So we could add 2r to both sides. So we're going to solve for the variable. We get 4r plus 8 is greater than 16. Okay, well, I could minus 8 on both sides, or I could divide by 4. Dividing by 4 on both sides will work. So I'm left with r plus 2 is bigger than 4. Now I can minus 2 on both sides, and r has to be bigger than 2. Okay, well, I don't know what this one is, so I don't know which side it should go on. So it's either going to be the left or the right side, but we're going to leave it like that for now. All right, for this one, I'm going to isolate for the variable. So I'm going to minus r on both sides. And I'm left with 6r plus 21 is less than -9. So I know I could divide by 3, but let's Let's subtract by 21 right on both sides right now. If I subtract by 21, I get negative 30 is bigger than 6r. Now I just need to divide by 6 because the opposite of times 6 is, all right, so I'm left with r is less than negative 5. So it has to, it's the word and right here. That means both. It has to be both, not just one, but both. Okay, so I know this one's a smaller number, so it has to be like negative 5 right here. It's going to be smaller. And then 2, it's going to be bigger than 2. So then I fill this in and I'm going this way. Okay, where's the overlap? Is there an overlap? No. So this would be no solution. Because there's no solution. This is an inequality that does not overlap. It has to follow both rules. It's saying, hey, it has to be bigger than 2, but it has to be smaller than negative 5, and there's no number that would satisfy both those. All right, let's go on to number 6. Now this one is an or, so let's circle that or. So it has to be one or the other, or it could be both. But it doesn't have to be both. It could just be or. All right, well, let's simplify this. We have 4m minus 5 is bigger than 7. What's the opposite of minus 5? All right, I'm going to add 5 to both sides. I get 12 is less than 4m. Now, I'm going to skip a step, and I want you to tell me, what did I do? All right, now over here, I'm going to solve for m again. It's another inequality, not equation. It's another math statement. So I get 4m is less than negative 4. Now I'm going to have you guys tell me what I did to go from m is less than negative 4. What step am I missing? All right, so now I'm going to draw it. This is the smaller number, so I know I have to be smaller than negative 1 or bigger than 3. Now on this one, it's an or. You could choose this one or this one. So m is going to be less than negative 1 or m is bigger than 3. There's numbers that would satisfy any of those. The only answers that would not work are any numbers between negative 1 and 3. Let's do number 8. I have 6c is greater than c, or 3c minus 1 is less than c plus 13. All right, well, I'm going to circle this, so I know I'm going to have, it could be either one of these. So I'm going to put 6 minus c is greater than c. I'm going to add c to both sides, and I get 2c. Oop, that should be a c right there. Let's go back. 2c is less than 6. Okay, chat, what did I do to go from 2c to just regular c? Now, I could subtract by c on both sides, but there isn't a c over here, and I want to get rid of this 2. What did I do to get rid of this 2? All right, this next one. I'm going to subtract. Well, I'm going to block this off because it's compound inequality. There's going to be 2 inequalities I'm going to deal with. I already dealt with this one. Now I'm going to do this one right here. I'm going to minus c on both sides. I get 2c minus 1 is less than 13. Now I can add 1 to both sides. I get 14 is less than 2c. All right, well, divide by 2 on both sides because the opposite of times is, okay, and I'm left with c is less than 7. So it looks like I'm going to have 7 I'm going to have this number, and it's going to go this way. And then I'm going to have 3. And it's going to be this going this way. Now, technically, I would still, any number for this c is less than 7 will work for both situations. Or in the instance I'm saying is, it's the or situation. Or 1 and or 2. Since this covers everything here, I could take off this first part, and I know that I only have to draw the following. Now 3 is included, because although it's not included here, 3 is less than 7. So my solution for this one is going to be any number smaller than 7. All right. That's going to be video 1. Thanks, everybody.